Two guys in the dark.
I was in 10th grade. It was October 13th of 2016. I had just come back to school from being on PHP, partial hospitalization program, because I was suicidal, but not bad enough to go into the hospital. I was in my 8th period English class, trying to catch up on what I had missed for the past 2 weeks. We had to go in groups. There was a new girl who I thought was absolutely stunning. She isn't and never was. I don't know why I ever thought that she was attractive. My friends and family all had made comments about her appearance, eventually her personality. She was nice to me, and we got into the same group. I developed a massive crush on her, stealing glances at her every chance that I could. I ran into her one day outside of school. We actually started talking to each other. After that, we would talk online all that we could, and discovered that we had another class together with a teacher who did not care. She was fired the very next year. She let kids leave class or come to hers whenever she wished, let kids sleep during the class, and never gave us any work. The final straw was letting drug deals go down in her class. We got closer and closer, and eventually I told her that I liked her. I asked her out on the 20th of December, 2016. She stayed the night at my house. It was pre-planned, 2 days later. At first, our relationship was wonderful. We were always together, and we got along. I never noticed any red flags from her, until it slapped me in the face 8 months later. She had distanced me from all of my friends, jealous over everyone, convinced me that my family had hated me and wanted me dead, threatened my friends to their face, and told them that she wanted to kill them because they were very close to me. She also wanted the same fate for my family because they took me away from her, and she talked about ending my pets because I gave them attention as well. She was emotionally and physically abusive. She made me feel like no one else could care for me. I was terrified of her and broke things off right before our 8th month. I was terrified of her the rest of the school year because we had one class together that was from 11:13 a.m. to 2:07 p.m. When I spoke in class, she would growl or scream. I am friends with the girl who sat next to her last year, and she told me more. Apparently she would talk about killing anyone that she saw with me. She thought that I was a demon god. I don't know what the hell. She had to control herself from attacking me. I dated her ex, whom she was still friends with. He would send me screenshots of what she had said, and it made me more afraid. Eventually, she got kicked out of school. I never found out what for, but I'm glad that she did. I'm really hoping that I don't have to deal with her ever again. This has probably been about 6 or more years ago. I haven't told anyone, not even my family. When I was about 10 years old, I happened to have been in the 5th grade, and I got bullied a lot. They would call me fat, but I still wanted to be a chubby person, like the Ghostbusters marshmallow. As a matter of fact, I dress as him for Halloween. Anyways, girls didn't really like me up until one girl liked me. I want to hide my name and hers. I'll call her Renee. She happened to be the only one that liked me. At first, I thought I was just lonely. Then suddenly she liked me. I was happy that I happened to have my first girlfriend. We ended up chatting and talking about our hobbies and other stuff, until she said something that really chilled me to the bone. She said, "If they bully you, or any girls call you any mean things, I'm going to kill them for you." I asked her if she was serious. She giggled. I felt scared, and I didn't know what to do. A couple of days had passed. This crazy girl had found my home. Somehow my parents had let her in. As a matter of fact, she'd always been nice to my family. She even asked my parents to have a sleepover. I ended up begging my mom not to let her in our house, and not to let her have a sleepover. Things got much worse, and much more horrifying. The bully had not been seen or heard from my school, and the principals were asking anyone who had seen them. No one knew where they were at. It took me some time to figure this out, but somehow she ended up taking the bully out for bullying me. I was terrified and very scared. I went to my principal's office and explained what was going on. They asked me if I knew what happened to the bully. I took a deep breath and told him. The principal had laughed and told me, "It's not a joke. I'm serious." It took some time that the principal finally saw my dead serious eyes. He finally decided to get on the speaker and tell her to come to the principal's office. She came and asked me what was wrong, babe. Why are you in the principal's office? I told the principal about everything that you said. She laughed like an insane person. The principal had to calm her down and ask her if she knew the bully and what might have happened to the bully. Her reply was, "I only did it for my love, and it hurt my heart, so I just took them out." She kept laughing like an insane person. The principal had told me to tell someone to call the police. I went to my teacher, told her to call the police. She called them. Then suddenly the door had bust in. It was her, holding a knife. The knife was sharp. She happened to see a girl in our class, charged right at her. I had no choice but to save her, so I tackled her, pinned her down, and yelled at my class to just get out, wait for the cops to come. Renee had heard this and yelled, "I will kill you, and even that slut." The cops came quickly, saw that I had pinned her down. They arrested her. After everything was said and done, the principal had told everyone that I was a hero, that I saved my class. Everyone was cheering at me. It turned out the whole school had heard about me and what I did to save my whole class. Apparently, the girl that Renee was after liked me and asked me to go out. The other girl was sentenced to jail. She's taking a therapist, but sooner or later she will come after me. I'm just hoping that she gets the help that she needs before she gets out. I really hope that she doesn't come after me or my girlfriend. We were both otakus, little weirdos, making inappropriate jokes, sketching together, eating sweets, being hungry potatoes. Sounds pretty cringy, doesn't it? Well, that was us. I'll just call her Ray. Ray and I had met in 6th grade. My mom moved to this small northern town to teach high school students. That's where we met, in that town filled with the wicked. Ray was clearly the soft and shy type, as I saw, the kind that you would probably hate. I did in the beginning, but I let her off the hook because she had similar interests, and we got along pretty well. After a year of getting under her skin, she opened up a little bit more and got even weirder. When she would visit, she always laid on my bed. Once I caught her looking in my clothes drawer. She even stole my pillowcase when she slept over. I found that to be pretty disgusting. Entering the 7th grade after that fiasco of a summer break, everything went back to the way it once was. Yet her act was getting worse and worse every single day. One day in September, I had had enough. I broke things off. After that, she didn't show up to school for a few days. And then I got called to the office. They started getting angry with me. I was confused, and I had to ask what was going on. This girl's mother had phoned the school yelling and ranting that you were going to beat her daughter up. The principal inserted her name there. Now I was confused as hell. First of all, where did all that come from? And second, I told her I didn't want to be friends anymore. I told the principal about all the personal things that she had took from me, plus all the weird acts. The principal then calmed down to an extent, told me that he would file and call my parents about this, and then he sent me to class. Afterwards, I went home, and that spine-crawling feeling when you're being watched intensely? Yeah, I had that feeling all the way home. And I'm also not one to get paranoid. When I was turning the corner to my house, I had looked behind me, and there she was, just a few feet away. Long story short, I had to get the police involved, and they took care of it for me.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell for notifications on future videos, and become a stalker of the night. And I'll see you next time.